Hello, I am Arnab Das Sharma from Theivanai Ammal College, Assistant Professor of Department of Commerce. So today we will be studying the introduction of taxation. So in today's content we will cover the parts of taxation, what are the introductory parts, what taxation is, what are the various types of taxation and how we distinguish those types. This will be our motive in this particular video. So when we say taxation, what is taxation? The thing that will come to mind, or the basic primary definition of taxation is a compulsory payment to the government. Taxation or tax is the compulsory payment to the government. Any payment which is a compulsion from the citizen to the government, that is we call that as taxation or tax. So based on that, what we need to do? We need to pay taxation to the government. Alright. So in the taxation part, there are taxation are of two types. One is direct tax, another one is indirect tax. Direct tax can be what is now the next question that comes to our mind is what is direct tax? Direct tax is the direct payment by of the citizens to the government. When a citizen pays his tax or her tax directly by himself to the government without any mediaries or without any intermediaries, we will call that direct tax. While indirect tax is completely the opposite, when the tax is paid from the citizen or the end user of the product to the government but through a channel, we would call that indirect tax. So indirect tax, there are few examples of indirect tax are service tax, sales tax, value added tax and goods and service tax. So when we pay tax for any service we have availed to the government, we call that service tax. Similarly, when we sell good and sell any product, we are a businessman, we are selling any product, we will call that sales tax. And similarly for the value added tax, there are when a good is produced, with every step a value is added to that particular product. That's how a raw material is transferred to the finished product. For example, I am wearing this shirt. So how it is produced? The raw material is cotton. Cotton is produced on the fields. Now from that field, what comes up? Cotton comes up, somebody makes a thread out of it, somebody make this shirt or cloth out of it, and from that shirt it goes to a tailor, they cut into pieces and then stitch it up according to my size, and that's how a shirt is made. See, from cotton is the raw material, it is converted into thread, value is been added, then the thread has been converted into cloth, value has been added, and then the cloth has been converted, from that cloth that has been cut into this shirt, the buttons had been added and then it is stitched. Again, another value has been added. So we cannot wear a cotton that is in the field, right? So we can only wear when it is a cloth. So that is how the value has been added. So the exact value added in every step, we need to pay that tax to the government. The tax we pay by the value for the value we add to the product, we call that value added tax. And last one is goods and service tax, which is actually quite popular, the most popular tax these days in this country. It is whenever we are purchasing any goods or services when we go to market, we are buying say a pizza or we are buying a packet of chips. We are paying the shop owner say 20 rupees for the packet of chips. So in that chips, if we turn the cover backside of the wrapper, we will see the one content is written inclusive all the taxes or GST. So in that 20 rupees, which includes the tax or GST. So we are paying, we as the final consumer or end users of the product, we are paying that particular tax to the shop owner. Now the shop owner is purchasing the same product from the wholesaler is getting it from the manufacturer, and manufacturer is actually paying the tax. So this is how the GST concept revolves. So when we are buying a packet of chips or a dice or disc of pizza, we are not paying the tax directly to the government. We are paying that tax to the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper will then go on to pay it to the government for various there are various steps included in that particular process. So now we will go on to the next part, or the prime part of this video, which is direct tax. So what there are in India, there are various types of direct tax. What are they? Income tax, gift tax, expenditure tax, and interest tax. Income tax, India came at 1961 with effect from 1962. Gift tax came at 1958. Expenditure tax came at 1987. Interest tax came at 1974. So these are the various types of tax, which is direct tax, where the taxpayer or the assessee directly goes to the government and pay the taxes. Nowadays nobody goes to the government. There are all those online services available where we upload our particular balance sheet or our income statement, and then our tax liabilities, and we paid that then and there. So now the important part of this topic is income tax. This is what we will be studying. So income tax income tax can be classified into 5 categories. So there are various types of income. Based on those type of income, we would be classifying our income tax. So first one I have written is salary or income from salary. When a person is doing a job and employed, and if in that employment he is earning some money, we will be calling that salary. So when there is a employer-employee relationship between two person, and in that particular process a person is earning money, that source of income we will be calling as salary. Next one is income from house property. Income from house property. Suppose you have a property, you have a house property, so and you are giving it out as, letting it out as rent. The rent you are earning from that property or let out property, we would call as income from house property, and it is very different from salary. Maybe we are earning the money, but it is, the source is very much different from salary. So we will call that as income from house property, and this includes all those land incomes as well. Suppose you have a land and you rent it out, we will consider it as income from this particular source as only. Next is called profits and gains from business and profession. So the person who is going to work every day, he is earning salary if there is a presence of employer-employee relationship. Now a person who is a businessman, the person who is actually providing the job, he is also earning money, right? He is earning what? He is earning money in the form of profit. So when the person is earning money in the form of profit, he would be considered as businessman, and that profit will not come under income from salary or apparently income from house property as well. It will come under income profit and gains from business or profits from business. Now suppose there is a lawyer or a doctor or a chartered accountant or these kind of professionals who have a particular who are expert in a particular body of knowledge, and they are certified by a council body for that particular job. As doctor is granted MBBS, chartered accountant is granted again the CICAI grants their degree. Lawyer is they actually earn their law degree by the legal board. So all these things, they are specialized in their particular profession. When that particular profession they are specialized in and they are earning money from that particular profession, we would call that income from that will be coming under profit and gains from business and profession. Understood? Next part we will going on to the capital gain. Now we have just before we discussed about house property. Now you are renting the house property or letting it out for somebody's temporary use. The income you are earning will come under income from house property. Very good. Now you have the same property and you don't want to use that particular property. You just need more money than that recurring money. So what you do, you sell it off. Now the moment when you are selling off that particular house, it will be not considered, the income you are earning from the selling of that house will not considered as income from house property, while it will be considered as in capital gain, because that is a capital asset you are selling, and as you are selling any capital asset, it will be considered as capital gain. Now when we actually focus on capital gain can be more classified into two types. One is long-term capital gain and another one is short-term capital gain. So what is long-term capital gain and short-term capital gain? Let's just take the example we just was discussing about the house property. So if you have a house property which you are holding for more than 3 years, and after holding for more than 3 years you are selling it off, then that property will be called as long-term capital. The earning or capital you will be earning from that particular sale will be considered as long-term capital gain. But if you are holding that house, or if you are the owner of that house for less than 3 years, and then you are selling it off, say you are holding that house for 2 years or 1.5 years or 2 years 9 months, whatever, less than 3 years, we will be considering that as short-term capital gain. Now what are the part we studied? There is a salary where there is a employer-employee relationship and money earned, we call that salary. Okay, there is a capital asset and you are renting it out or letting it out and earning rent from it, you will be calling it income from house property. Next, you are actually owning a business, or you are particularly have some degree which enables you to pursue some profession, and you are earning any sort of profits or gains from it, you will be calling that profits and gains from business and profession. A doctor will earn his salary when a doctor gets his fees, that will be considered as profits and gains from business and profession. When a businessman earns profit, that will be considered as profit and gains from business and profession. Now you have that same particular fixed asset or capital asset, you are selling it off, now it will be considered as capital gain. It will be depend on long term or short term, it will be depend on the further clauses. Now with all these fours gone, with all these 4 heads of income, that's what we call it, heads of income gone, anything that you are earning money from and that is not being considered in these 4 heads of income, actually there are many, we will call that income from other sources. For example, you won a tournament and you won some money from it, and as you won the tournament and you won from money from it, that is the income, we have to pay tax for that, is it? But that is not one of the 4 heads. You don't have an employer-employee relationship, that is not your house property or any other capital asset you are letting off, it is not your business, or that is not your profession, there is no qualified legal body that is actually saying you to pursue that, that is not a capital gain. So when there are 4 particular heads are not coming into work, that time the 5th head will be our way to tax the income, that is income from other sources. Other sources means sources that are different from capital gain, profit and PGBP, house property and salary. So somebody won a quiz show, won money from a quiz show, profit and income from other sources. Somebody won money from horse race, gambling, income from other sources. So these are actually the 4 heads of income, or of 4 heads of income tax, which we will be studying in further depths. Obviously in these topics we have a lot of depth, in each topics have lot of depths to cover, but as an introductory class to give you a broader idea about what taxation is about, this would be it. Thank you.
உலகத்தரமான கல்லூரி உங்கள் ஊரில் தெய்வானை அம்மாள் காலேஜ் ஃபார் விமென் அட்டானமஸ் விழுப்புரம். உங்கள் எதிர்காலம் உங்கள் கையில்.